Hello everyone, I'm Mentov64.
And I'm Tanner of the North.
And welcome to the HellfireComms playthrough of Steven Universe Unleash the Light. The third game in the trilogy of turn-based RPG games, with a little hint of the Mario and Luigi flavour in there, a bit of Paper Mario. This takes place between Change Your Mind, which was the Season 5 finale, and basically the finale of the main show, and the movie. So, while we're going to be seeing all the updated forms for the gems and whatnot, and, you know, Steven's slowly coming into his, like, 16-year-old proper teenager voice, there's not going to be any Spinel, there's not going to be any Steg multiverse, so, yeah, sorry about that in advance. But there's a lot of good stuff in here, so let's get on into it.
So, just off the bat, can I just say, I am loving this art style. It would have been very easy for them to just, you know, kind of replicate the style of the show, but I think giving it its own flair is so welcome, because you can tell from a glance, hey, well, this is Steven Universe, it's its own thing, too.
Mm-hmm.
And there. It's finished.
Oh, Zach, I miss you. I miss you.
Presenting Steven Universe.
Steven, I think you didn't really write rules and just wrote various waveforms on paper, but go off.
Well, you never know, he might actually be writing in Gemlish.
What do they say?
You're not even wrong, because of course gems, which prisms and light, would be able to look at waveforms and stuff, because of course that's how gems work.
I'm not sure about that, but, you know, I don't have Steven Sugar on hand to get the key for the gem language, so, maybe one day, maybe one day. So yeah, this is error-free. The diamonds are no longer in power. They have basically been pacified. They haven't been redeemed. Don't go listening to videos online telling you otherwise. And, yeah, this is an era of trying to adapt to changes and whatnot, bringing the Gem Empire to its knees through the power of pacifism and whatnot.
This is all very exciting.
Well, we have some that are following us, because we are, you know, technically, I guess, the leader, but not really. You know, we have the pearls here who are following us, but there are a few gems that are going to resist change. Much like any time change happens, you're going to have some that resist it, of course.
Yes, of course. It seems one prism was already decommissioned.
That happened in Save the Light. I believe in the proper ending, or the good ending, the Prism basically chooses to stay on Earth with Steven. Otherwise he'll head off with Hessenite, who is actually a Homeworld Garnet, alongside Pyrope and Demantoid, who were designed for this game.
If they don't respond to our
All I can think of when I hear Pyrope, though, is the enemy from Undertale, which is a rope that is on fire.
Oh yeah. Tanner and I also did a playthrough of Undertale, if you want to check that out. Jesus Christ, Yerl, how could you be so destructive in your peacefulness?
No.
Okay, I've never heard Yerl before. That's pretty good, even though it sounds like the name of an uncle that's not invited to family gatherings anymore.
Okay, so Yellow Pearl, Yerl. Blue Pearl, Blue Pearl, and at this point in time, Pink Pearl did not have a nickname because I'm not sure if Steven Universe Future had come out at the time, but Steven nicknames her Volleyball in that episode, which is one of the best episodes of Steven Universe Future.
That was such a funny episode, because the title was just called Volleyball, and everyone thought it was going to be filler, and then it ended up super not being.
Wait, you know the friggin' description for A Single Pale Rose? Arguably the most important episode in the franchise is Steven helps Pearl find her phone.
Oh my god, no frickin' way, that's amazing.
Yeah, whenever you're, like, dealing with a Steven Universe episode, take a look at the, you know, the synopsis, the description, and whatnot. The less wordy it is, the more you have to worry. Yeah, Cookie Cat, he left his family behind.
To go into a pot to become an item to be eaten.
So yeah, we've got the gang all here. Sadly, this is not free roam like Save the Light was. Speaking of, by the way, I did a full playthrough of that with Hell Dragon. You can find it on the channel. But they made some concessions to let this mobile game work properly on consoles and whatnot. So thank you, Grumpy Face, for bringing it to the Switch and whatnot. Been wanting to try this forever. This isn't going to be a blind playthrough. I did watch RR Virus's mobile playthrough of the thing. You'll actually find some of my comments on those parts. But I'm gonna do my best, and obviously I've forgotten all the solutions to puzzles right now, so...
It's funny, because, you know, sometimes occasionally I'll say in my blind playthroughs, I'm like, I watched a video on this, like, 8 years ago, and people are like, well, it's not blind then, and I'm like, it might as well be.
Alright, I have selected Garnet, and now I will punch. Booyah. So just like with your Paper Marios and your Marios and Luigi's, timing is a thing in battle. You can time properly to do more damage, or you can time properly to defend more.
I am a large fan of timed hits because it takes what is a genre that a lot of people think is kind of brain dead and actually gives it that, you know, little level of skill that lets them do a bit more with it, which I know I enjoy, because when you get a good timed hit, you feel real good. And anyways, sometimes I do timed hits even in games without them, just because, I mean, I might as well press the A button, there's nothing else to do.
Alright, so we're out of star points, which are basically your PP, which recharges over time, or you can use an item to bring it back up. But yeah, now is time to defend. You can also do a perfect defend. Oh, I'm going to encourage Pearl.
Oh, that's interesting. His one ability right now is encouragement. Of course it is.
Well, Steven is the heart of the Crystal Gems. They even made a friggin' arc after that whole conceit.
I kind of like that because, I mean, for one, you normally don't really have a, like a dedicated healer in these types of games. So to have that, yeah, that's good. I like that.
Alright, our turn is over. Now we defend. It's gonna take a while to get these perfect blocks down, if at all.
I mean, I'm sure the timing is going to be, like, well, perfect required. So, you know what? You'll get that through just experience.
Speaking of experience, have you played any of the other light games in this here trilogy?
I read a very quick summary before we recorded, and that's about it.
Ooh, a mysterious figure. Who could it possibly be? Pay no attention to the afro denoting a certain type of gem.
It's clearly a cameo of Gumball from The Amazing World of Gumball.
Did
obviously.
Gumball just cameo in Steven Universe? Oh, I love that meme.
It's so funny.
So this is the thing Save the Light had. You can choose certain dialogue options to get more affinity with party members and, I guess, experience in this case.
Oh, that's cool, actually. I like that. It makes your choices matter for dialogue, because sometimes you're playing these games and your options are yes or a sassy yes that immediately gets ignored.
Very fancy door.
Wow, look at all those colors.
Ooh, palacey.
It's not a word, Amethyst, but hey-ho.
So one thing I can confirm is that this came out a month before Steven Universe Future. So their future wasn't necessarily in the mindset, but it was being worked on at this time.
Yeah, this is basically a game to fill in the gaps between Season 5 of the original show and Future, you know?
Right, so I'm Steve.
It's him! Oh, I'm afraid the Palace of Light is closed today, so very sorry. Goodbye!
Not a very talkative one, this green Garnet.
Very muted.
Rude!
Looks like we'll need to see ourselves in.
By means of violence, I hope.
This barrier
Big Hulk punchy gloves, just get right in.
They never made Garnet punching gloves. I'm so mad.
I'm not
That
sure
is
how we're going
the
to
biggest
unlock this.
sin of the Steven Universe franchise. I would buy those instantly.
Maybe we can ask this guy?
Oh, it's the Prism.
Steven, is that your old Prism?
That was featured in Steven Universe Save the Light.
No way!
It's interesting that this game does not start with a refresher cutscene. Save the Light did for Attack the Light, which was the first game in the trilogy.
The other one, you know.
Yeah, huh. Who knows, maybe when we get a bit deeper, they'll be like, hey, remember what happened last time? And then they'll say, well, I mean, I guess you'd know if they did that or not, but oh well, like I said, you have your Let's Play that people can watch if they want to check it out, and I have my, oh my god, it's adorable.
What's it saying, Steven?
The Prism just chose a name.
Huh. Oh yeah, of course Amethyst wouldn't know gem language. She was created on Earth.
Oh right, yeah, that makes sense.
You look so great. I'm so proud of you.
George the Prism.
George is so bashful.
That's my boy right there.
Alright, I'm gonna ask you a very deep and soulful question here, Tanner.
Alright.
Who is your favorite gem?
Okay. Early on, it was...
And we
Early on, it was Amethyst, but I think as time went on and she actually started to talk more, it definitely became Garnet.
Ah, interesting. I find Garnet to be a very solid B rank sort of gem. She doesn't really have many lows, but she has a few highs, so yeah, interesting. Amethyst is mine. She actually started out probably my least favourite, but just the development she got over time was very satisfying.
Yeah, Amethyst for me went in an arc of, oh, she's a lot of fun, and then when, you know, a couple of her episodes were there, I'm like, oh no, you're fun when we don't want there to be fun. And then eventually, like, she went through her full arc, and I was like, okay, now I'm at the point of, like, I appreciate you. Also, hi, Kingdom Hearts. But I think Garnet and her highs were enough to make me go, yeah, Garnet's the best.
Mm-hmm. Prism time, baby.
George just takes out a shotgun.
George has chosen violence. Yeah, let the crystal gems do the fighting. Steven may be a pacifist, but that doesn't mean he'll never fight. It just means he fights as a last resort.
Yeah, and self-defense is a whole other thing as well.
Okay, another tutorial, I guess. Oh, here's our perfect attack tutorial.
You want to get them purple stars, I guess.
And the team, da-da-da. Ooh, the teamwork bar. Nice.
Something good will happen. Will it make a new season of the show? Oh.
I guess not.
Oh, that's cool. Her attack there kind of goes out in a radius that you can hit multiple. That's pretty neat.
Ah, yes. The cheeseburger backpack of yore.
I've got just the thing. Let's try this.
So you can just basically cheat the enemy out of another turn.
I'd love it to be that enemy and just be like, alright, here we go, it's about our time, and he just takes out this pow-pow fruit-looking thing, and they're like, oh darn it, I guess we gotta stand here a bit longer.
Okay, I wish I knew that was a tap thing before we got it.
Yeah, it's been pretty good for tutorials so far, so the fact that that wasn't a tutorial is a bit strange, but alright.
Alright, slowly learning, slowly learning.
Like the dainty flips on a Pearl there.
They're dead! By gum, they're all dead!
I know I put it in here somewhere.
Do I have to use this to heal? Fine.
I'm gonna go with this.
It's actually just that Amethyst is quite hungry and she just wants it.
Fair enough, mate.
Oh, yeah, big excited for a treasure chest.
That's classic Steven right there.
Of course Steven would be excited. Who isn't excited when they see a bouncing treasure chest?
Speaking of treasure chest, he actually has the collector's edition of Wind Waker in the beach house.
That's amazing, actually.
So I knew you were mentioning to me earlier about, you know, him owning Animal Crossing.
What's doing here?
And it's absolutely there. And in the movie, he's actually got a PS2. I guess he gets, you know, consoles at a very slow pace compared to IRL. And he absolutely has Katamari Damacy.
Man, it is like Steven's taste in games is literally what made me watch the show, because I saw just a screen cap of it on Tumblr of like, hey, check it out, this kid has Animal Crossing. I'm like, well, if it would taste that good, the show's gotta be great.
Right, can't get over there, so we'll just go over here.
This is actually very similar to the, there's a series of games called Yggdrasil Union. They have a very similar style to this, where you're like, you go from room to room and it's just click on the options for each room. I remember seeing that game quite a bit on the DVD that came with a Nintendo Power magazine for all sorts of E3 stuff. And I remember watching it going like, yo, what is this cool RPG? And then I saw the gameplay, I'm like, oh, you just click from room to room. It's not as cool as I thought it was in the trailer.
Aww.
Ugh, keys? That's always so much work.
Some sort of game.
Unless...
So do you need me to give you a rundown of all the voice actors for everyone? Because I can do it. I would gladly do it. I'll never stop doing it.
There she is.
I love how it's like, I had it up for a bit, like, I always bring up the behind the voice actors page, and I'm like, do I even need this for this? There's someone here who knows it all.
Well, maybe for the newer characters.
And there is one character who is not voiced by their original, which, again, I would say, well, I wonder if you know, but you probably already know.
Oh, of course, of course. So, just go through the main cast here. Good old Steven, voiced by Zach Callison. We have Michaela Dietz for Amethyst here. Dee Dee Magno Hall voices basically every single Pearl you'll ever see. And the wonderful Estelle, British sensation, singer, of course, voices Garnet.
As soon as I heard Garnet's voice, I was like, wait, hold up, you're someone special. Like, you can tell from just the cadence of her tone that she wasn't just a voice actress. Like, there was something going on there. And yeah, singing sensation Estelle.
I gotta say, this is quite snappy so far. I thought it would be a bit more cumbersome, but I guess not.
Yeah, it's nice, because it's interesting. While you are, you know, moving quickly between the rooms, they still walk between them in a way that it just pretty much speeds up moving around.
So, Pyropes and Demantoids were actually mentioned in the main series. Do you remember the episode... I'm probably going to get this wrong. Together Alone? Yeah, that's the one in the Diamond Days arc.
I don't 100%, just because I'm the type that watched each episode once and then didn't look back at them much, so...
That's the big old diamond ball that actually ushers in Error-Free.
Okay, yes, of course.
And basically when they're setting up, Blue Diamond decides to be a big old racist, and is like, oh god, it has to unfuse. She can't, like, stay here with the other proper Garnets, the Hessenites, the Pyropes, the Demantoids.
Oh, right, yes. Oh, hi!
Lapis, you came!
Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
That's a nod to the fact that she was meant to be in the DLC for Save the Light, and that DLC never happened.
Oh. Interesting. I like it.
Okay, critical question for you here.
Yes.
What do you think is the better outfit? Do you think it's Lapis's sundress or her Aladdin getup?
I kind of love the Aladdin getup.
Same, honestly.
Good. Okay, whew, I was worried for a sec.
Well, I mean, she's definitely one of the more aesthetic gems.
And I mean, one of the nice things is Lapis to me represents, out of all the gems, she's the one that when you actually see her design, she looks like a character that was made with, like, anime characteristics in mind. Like, there's some shots of her that look straight up like right out of a Bishoujo sort of thing. And so it's like, yeah, you know, you can sort of see the fan stuff that they were looking at to design her, and I love it.
Yeah, the reason for her redesign is basically just Rebecca wanted to make it so people can, like, cosplay her more easily because she actually wears shoes in this one.
Oh, I like that. I'm a fan of whatever, like, the reasoning for a character design thing is, to make it easy to cosplay. I like to call it the anti-Nomura technique, because Nomura doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't. Yeah, none of us are, Lapis, none of us are. Well, you better get used to it with me playing. So this formation thing is new to Unleash the Light. A bit more strategy going on here.
That's interesting because of the fact that, like, you do have attacks that kind of go in different directions. So, and, that's also interesting. The ones in the back are less likely to get hit. Quite similar to Final Fantasy in that regard.
You're a lifesaver.
Yep, this'll do.
Yeah, so it's sort of like, you want to kind of, for ones like Amethyst, where the attacks go at an angle, you can position them strategically so that they can attack in a way that it hits more enemies.
Pay no attention to the fact that there is no water on this battlefield. It doesn't matter.
Hey, she carries a little bottle of Dasani just right under her belt.
Okay, Tada. I don't want to say it. I don't want to bring, like, Gara comparisons into this fucking thing, but you've left me no choice.
Alright, but hold up. If there was one character to Gara it up, it would absolutely be Lapis.
Booyah.
Let's use an item. Ta-da!
I'm just gonna keep chugging these if you don't mind.
Honestly, you get items, use them.
Hell yeah. Get a bit of the punchy action going on.
I do like the designs for these enemies. It's always tough designing enemies for sort of games that don't have a generic mook. Like, there is no generic mook to go off of in Steven Universe. I think these little dudes are cool. I like them.
Cool. I'm glad you approve. I will let the design team know that you have approved. Best be getting that key back, George, I swear to Christ.
Let's hope he just, collected it and didn't, like, eat it or anything.
How about...
Questy things? None. The chroma will come in use later. There we go. Just had to click on the lock and bada bing, bada boom. He vomits up the key and thus progress is made.
You can definitely see the aspects of this that were obviously made for the mobile phone, with clicking on stuff. But just from what I'm seeing you playing, it definitely looks like it converted over to console pretty well.
Oh yeah, it's pretty seamless, honestly.
I mean, the nice thing about a lot of these mobile games now is they're just literally made on the same engines that you make console games with, so exporting it is just a case of applying keybinds and fixing a couple weird things.
Not yet. I wish to explore a little bit more.
There is more to that right over there, it looks like.
Garnet was happy about that. Look at Steven.
Oh, he's so bashful.
Yes. Makes logical sense. Lapis has nothing to add to this scenario. Honestly, I don't think she has a single spoken line to the crystal gems, like, after she comes back.
Huh. That's really interesting.
Nice, 100% Or if she does, it's very sly. It's like, hey guys, or something like that.
She keeps to herself.
Lapis is kind of introverted like that.
Hasta la